famed investor Michael Burry has been on an absolute buying spree. Now, quite ironic as he spent the last 2 years warning everybody about the biggest stock market crash in history coming our way. However, with latest regulatory filings, we can now see everything he's been up to in 2023, including some very interesting bets from bank stocks to diamonds. And so in this video, we'll take a look at the latest moves from Dr. Michael J. Burry, including his latest buys, his latest sells, and what his full portfolio looks like, and it's all looking a bit Chinese. Okay, first up, we do have to point out the elephant in the room, which is the fact that Michael Burry has been warning of a market crash 2 orders of magnitude bigger than anything we've seen before. Also, famous tweets like sell, but then most recently he did come back to say that he was wrong to say sell. So what has Michael Burry been up to? Well, he's been on a huge buying spree. And so here are the latest buys of Michael Burry, and to say he's bought a few things is a bit of an understatement. He's been on a huge buying spree. And this is to the tune of about $80 million. Now, massively ramping up his China holdings. We've got a very interesting buy here, which we'll cover in a second. We've got bank stocks. He's also taken a big punt with First Republic Bank. If you remember what happened to them, we'll look at that in a second as well. Now, to keep this video short and sweet, we'll just cover the 3 biggest ones. So starting with JD.com, and this is like the Chinese equivalent of Amazon, and something that's noteworthy is in their financials. So this is their quarterly financials, and just look at the bounce back in China. We are looking at a 300% year-on-year increase, and this is no small company. Net income of 6 billion. So outstanding performance. And if we take a look at the stock price for the last year, it certainly isn't reflected in the stock price. Now, Michael Burry will have bought in Q1, so somewhere January, February, March, and amazingly, he's probably taken a big hit on JD, despite its outstanding performance. So probably right now is a very good buying opportunity, but obviously we do have some risks with China. Next was Alibaba, and we don't have the latest quarterly results, but year on year, again, looking very, very strong. Now, when it comes to the share price, you can see there was a big fall from grace from 2020. It actually dropped 77%. Now, Burry will have picked this up at some point in Q1, and again, likely it's probably down from when he bought it. But then his top 3 buy, which was very, very interesting, is Signet Jewelers. And Signet Jewelers is the world's largest retailer of diamond jewelry. So Michael Burry getting into the diamond business. Probably one of his most interesting buys right there. And for the share price, at some point in Q1, but again, we've had some runs of about 13% and back down, but it's pretty much gone sideways. And then as a bit of a bonus one, we have to take a look at First Republic Bank. And so the last reported price was about $14, invested around $2 million, and check this out. This is what happened to First Republic. So he's obviously bought at some point between January and March. So maybe there was a little run up. There was the first initial crash, which was about a 20% drop. Michael Burry likely bought the dip, or even if he bought at the end of March, bought a massive dip of 80%. But even best case scenario, and he bought right at the end of March after a huge drop, it still went on to drop 97%. So it looks to me like Michael Burry tried to buy this huge dip, but currently down about 97%. Ouch. And on to the biggest sells. So this is the full list of everything he's sold completely out of and reduced. But let's just take the three biggest, and the biggest one by far was Black Knight. And for those who don't know, so Michael Burry is obviously quite knowledgeable on the property market, and Black Knight provide tech services, data analytics to the mortgage lending and servicing industry. Now let's just take a look. So at some point he's gonna have sold between January and March. So this time selling earlier is better because there's a downward trend. So if he's sold in January, then he's missed out on this sort of 10% decline. If he left it late in March, then he actually was taking a hit. Number 2 was Wolverine Worldwide, and this is the American footwear manufacturer. And as you can see here, there was a big drop, a 50% cut from August 2022. Now, this time, if he thought this was going further down and sold at the beginning of January, then he would have missed out on a bounce back of 50%. So hopefully he held on to get these gains, and then when it came to February, March, if he sold, then it's gone sideways since. And a similar picture with MGM. If he'd sold in January, then he's probably missed out on a big 35% run. However, if he sold towards the end of Q1, then he will have taken this gain, and it's gone sideways since. And to finish up, for anyone interested, this is how Michael Burry's portfolio looks with the latest data. And it's made up of 21 stocks. To the tune, it was actually 107 million. However, if we just take it and round it down to the 100 million, then these percentages become super simple. So 10% in JD would be about 10 million, 10 million, 9 million, 7. So it makes it super easy to see the size of the positions. Now, when I was saying that it all looks a bit Chinese, so his biggest two positions, 20% of the portfolio, is now betting on China. Burry getting into the diamond business at almost 10%. This is a huge move. Now, the First Republic Bank bet was only about 2% of the portfolio, but still about $2 million. And that is the portfolio for Q1 2023. Famed investor, or more accurately, I would say trader, Michael Burry has been on an absolute buying spree. And this was after the last couple of years of him warning of the biggest stock market crash in history coming our way. His top 3 buys for Q1 were betting big on China with JD.com and Alibaba, and then very interestingly getting into the diamond business with Signet Jewelers. Looks like he took a bit of a loss with mortgage servicing company Black Knight, but then probably made up for it with Wolverine Worldwide and also MGM. And Michael Burry also tried to get involved with the bank stocks, and it looks like he's taken a massive hit with First Republic, as that one went on to drop 97%. And finally, one thing's for sure, it's never boring following the moves and tweets of Dr. Michael J. Burry. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Now tell me, what do you think about the latest moves? Let me know below. And for now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like. And a big thank you to everyone who does. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.